Hi everyone, it's Christine here from Christine Stampin' Spot, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am so sorry guys, last night I was going to do a Facebook Live over on my Christine Stampin' Spot Facebook page, but I came down with a horrible migraine and I was unable to do it, so I thought to make up for that for you guys, I would go ahead and do the simple card that I was going to do live last night. And I'm also going to be doing a giveaway. So stay tuned. Stay tuned until the end of the video for the giveaway. But this is the little card that I was going to create on my Facebook Live. It's a very, very easy, very simple card, as you can see. But I really wanted to kind of show off some of our brand new colors. And again, show off the Abstract Impression stamp set and show you how quick and easy it is to put a really pretty but simple card together. So let's go ahead and get started. As I've mentioned on my past couple of videos, Stampin' Up's brand new annual catalog just came out June 1st of this year, 2018. And in that catalog, they did a complete revamp, color revamp. And what that means is they retired several colors and brought in some brand new, kind of more on trend colors to replace those. And then of course we have our in colors as well. Well, this card uses two of our brand new purple colors that uses Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, and these are absolutely gorgeous, and I've used those same colored cardstocks as well in creating this card. So I kind of wanted to show those off for you guys today and then just put together this super quick card. So in order to create this card, you're going to need some Whisper White cardstock, some Highland Heather cardstock, and then the card base is made out of Gorgeous Grape cardstock. And then I put another Whisper White inside the card so you could write your message, since it is a darker purple card base. Super, super simple. I thought this was great for a live show, which again, I'm so sorry I was unable to do, but it's just a super simple, quick card to put together. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to be using the 3 steps to create the rose or flower image in the stamp set. And then we're going to be using this little image right here for, I'm sorry, this one for the little leaves. And we're also going to be using that image for the wings of the butterfly, along with this one for the outer wings of the butterfly. And then we're using the thank you sentiment and this fun little swoosh here that could also be used as a stem for your larger flower if you wanted to. So let me show you how this card comes together very quickly here. I'm going to bring over a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. Oh my goodness, it has been a day, you guys. All right, so I'm going to bring over some scratch paper, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment and the little swoosh under it, just so I have that placed and I know where it's going to be, and then I can stamp my flowers around it. So let me grab my sentiment here. I'm going to stick it on the size H Stampin' Up! Clear block. I'm going to stamp the actual thank you sentiment in my lightest purple color, which is the Highland Heather. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up, get the thank you nice and inked up here, and then I'm just going to kind of line my cardstock up on my Stampin' Up! Grid paper, and then I'm just going to stamp this down as straight as I can across the top kind of right hand corner of the cardstock. So right about there. I'm going to apply some even pressure as I push down and then lift it straight up. And there you go. There it says thank you. Really nice and pretty. I have my Stampin' Scrub off camera here so if you see me kind of doing something, that's all I'm doing. I'm wanting to clean the stamps because I'm going to be reusing the blocks. Next, I'm going to open the Gorgeous Grape, which is the darker of my purple color. So we just open it up and slide it back, and you're ready to go. I'm going to get the little swoosh nice and inked up. I don't know what else to call it, so I'm calling it a swoosh. And then we'll just stamp that underneath the thank you. And as you can see, some of it's going to go off the cardstock. That's why we have the little scratch paper there. So no worries about that. There we go. Aren't those purples beautiful, guys? I am in love with these new purples. I've never really been a huge purple person. I tend to do more pink cards, if you haven't noticed, but I am loving these and really think that these are going to become a staple. in my card making. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now start creating my flower. This is the base of the flower, and this is going to be your lightest color. Then you're going to use this one in your second then your next brightest color, and then this one in your darkest color. So it's 3-step stamping to get the one image. Of course, you don't have to do all 3. You could just do 2 of them, or even just 1 if you wanted to. The fun part about this stamp set is it's very abstract, so you don't have to worry about perfectly lining things up. There are some, stamp sets out there that are 2-step stamping, like this one that I just recently did a video on, where you do have to be extra careful and line things up perfectly, so you can make sure that your image looks as it was intended. But for this abstract stamp set, that's not required, and that makes it quick and easy to get these flowers down. So I'm going to ink the first step of my flower up in my lightest color, which is the Highland Heather. I'm going to stamp off once on my scratch paper, and then I'm going to stamp down on my cardstock. And I'm going to keep doing that so I can get these larger flowers placed where I want them. So stamp off and then stamp down. Do it again. Stamp off. And I'm just kind of turning the flower as I go, so they're not all pointing in the same direction. Not that there really is a direction, it's so abstract, but I just kind of like to change it up a little bit. Stamp off. I'm going to put one right about here. Apply even pressure to your acrylic block as you're going, and lift straight up, and you'll get a very lovely image. Stamping off again, we're going to put one in this corner up here, like so, pushing down hard, applying even pressure, lifting up straight, and we're going to do one more. So I'm going to stamp off one more time here, and then I'm going to put this one, oh, how about right about there. So again, that's Highland Heather stamped off one time. Okay, I'm going to clean that off real quick because we're going to reuse this block, which by the way is the Stampin' Up! C block. One of the ones I reach for the most. We're going to use the next flower in the set now, which is going to be this one. So it kind of goes from your most thickest image to your least thickest. So here, here, and here. That's how it's going to go. Now this time I'm going to ink it up in Highland Heather, but I'm not going to stamp off. And remember I said at the beginning here, you really don't have to worry about lining this up. You just stamp it down wherever the heck you want to. If you really want to worry about lining it up, here is the thinnest little section of the flower right there, and that's going to line up with that. If you really want it to be perfect, if you're someone that kind of worries about that and wants it to be absolutely perfect, so I'm going to line it up like it's supposed to be up here in the top corner. So that's how it would look, if it was absolutely perfect. But again, it's going to look beautiful no matter what you do. So I'm just going to, for the rest of these, line it up as it's intended, just so you can see that. But again, the beauty of this stamp set is that you don't have to worry too much about that. So you can really just enjoy the stamping process without having to worry so much about perfect placement. Okay, so there we go. That step is completed. So I'm going to take this stamp off, and now we're going to use our very last stamp in the flower series, and we're going to ink that up in the darker of our purple colors, which is our Gorgeous Grape. So let me bring that ink pad over here. All right, and we're just going to stamp it down. And look how pretty that image is. Isn't that beautiful, guys? These purples are just amazing. I'm going to line it up now, and I'm just using this, again, the smallest little sketch there. Smallest little line is going to line up with the smallest little line that's on the other two flower images. But again, I can't say this enough, you don't have to worry about that. One of my favorite techniques that Stampin' Up! Really allows me to do is this two-step stamping. I absolutely love doing this, and I think sometimes it can be a little intimidating because you have to sometimes line things up so perfectly. And that's why I keep showcasing this stamp set, because I want to pass on my love of two-step stamping, but also for those of you that might find it a little intimidating, I want you to see with this particular set, you don't have to worry about that in the slightest, which is awesome. Okay, so we are done with our purple ink. So to close the new ink pads, I just give a little push on the edge here and then pull it up and snap it shut, and you're done. So I'm going to close these up super fast here, just so I don't accidentally get my fingers in them and smear, because as I've said before, I am not, by by any means the cleanest stamper. All right, now I'm going to take some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to make the little body of my butterfly. And I'm going to do him before I do my leaves, simply because I want to get him placed to make sure I leave enough room for him. So I'm going to go ahead and get him nice and inked up, and then I'm just going to stamp him right about here. Okay, that looks good. And you know what? I spoke too soon on closing the purple ink pads because we need them for the wings of the butterfly. So I'm going to open up the lightest color next, which is the Highland Heather. Now there are a couple different images in this set that you can use for the wings. This is sort of the intended look here and here. So you have a butterfly that's kind of from the side angle. But I decided it might be fun to link this one with this one. They're not a perfect fit, as you'll see when I stamp it out, but I thought it looked kind of cute, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna ink what we're also gonna use for our leaves in the Highland Heather, which is my lightest color, my lightest purple color, and I'm just gonna stamp that down. I'm looking right through the block, centering it where I want it, and I'm stamping that down. I'm making sure to clean that off because we are going to be using that stamp in a moment for the leaves. Now I can close up this purple. I'm going to bring back over my darkest purple, which is my Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to open that back up super quick. There we go. And now I'm going to use that fun wing, open wing, which is kind of the traditional image for the wings of the butterfly. Now I'm going to try to get over this as best I can, so I apologize if my head gets in. And again, this is not a perfect match. This really kind of wasn't the intention of the stamps here, but I thought it looked really cute and added to the abstract look, and so there you go. I think it's cute. You can obviously use the butterfly as it was intended if you prefer for your card, or leave the butterfly off entirely. You could put another part of a flower there, whatever you like. I just kind of thought it was a little unique and different, so I went with it. All right, we can now, for sure, close up our purple ink pads, and our last step, I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz to stamp the leaves. So again, I'm bringing over this little image here. Now, the traditional leaf from the set is this one, with this as, this would be your lightest color, this would be your darkest color. But I just wanted little tiny leaves, so again, I'm just using these little wings here that are meant for the dragonfly. But you can, again, you can really use your imagination on the set and kind of use these images however you want, really. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of turn my paper and move my leaves about so they're just kind of wherever I want them around my flowers. Okay, so there's that one. Make sure I'm still in camera frame. Okay. Now let me turn this paper over so it's a little easier to see. Some of that stamping off sometimes can get in the way. All right, so now let's put leaves. Let's do this flower. I'm going to do it here and here. All right, and then we'll go here. Again, if my head gets in, I apologize. I'm trying to keep it out, but I still want to, stamp it right. And there. And now I'm going to turn the card panel here and go here and here, like that. And again, this is why I have the scratch paper. I'm not worried about the entirety of the leaves always fitting on the paper. It kind of looks neat if you have some of it stamped off. It just looks like there's a continuation of the pattern. We just don't see it all, if that makes sense. I'm going to put this here. And then lastly, I'm going to put this right there. Just a little touch of leaf there. Okay, guys, now we are done with our stamping. So as you can see, that was super quick to put together and do all of that stamping. We only used 4 ink pads to create this really fun, vibrant card, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to set the scratch paper aside, and now it's time to put the rest of the card together. So I have my card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So it measures, when folded, 4 1/4 by 5.5, and this is in the Gorgeous Grape, the darkest of our color, of our new purple colors. I'm going to bring over a piece of the Highland Heather cardstock, which is cut 1/4 of an inch smaller, so this measures 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to grab my snail, and I'm just going to put some adhesive along the back here and center this on top of our card front. Just center it as best you can on the front of your card here. There we go. Lovely. And then we will take our stamped panel of our Whisper White that we just did all of our stamping on, and we will center this down in the middle of the heather, the Highland Heather. That's it, guys. How easy was that? Now you could obviously dress this card up more. You could add a side ribbon over here or something that went across down here, a ribbon, or maybe you know, some burlap, or anything, honestly. But I really wanted to keep this super simple just to show you that anyone can make this card. Truly, anyone can. Now I couldn't help but add a little bit of bling. So I did grab some rhinestones and I placed them in the center. I just used the smallest size and placed them in the center of my flowers. But again, if you don't have the rhinestones, no big deal. It looks beautiful without them. I really just wanted to show a quick, super easy card that I think anyone would really love to receive. It's vibrant, it's beautiful, it shows off our some of our new colors from the color revamp, and it's simple and it's quick. You know, if you had to make a bunch of thank you cards, or you could change the sentiment to happy birthday or whatever you wanted, you could whip this out very quickly. So here's the finished card. Let me bring it up to the camera so you can really see those pretty purple colors, and then the bling with the rhinestones in the middle, which I thought was a nice touch. By the way, I also, prior to coming on camera, went ahead and put the Whisper White cardstock inside the card for writing your message, and that, in case you're wondering, just simply measures 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller than on each side, smaller than the card base. So there is our finished card. Here's the one that I made prior to coming on camera. So very simple and easy to put together. And then I did want to show you a couple other cards that I made using this stamp set, just so you can get an idea of all the different things that you can do with this stamp set. You can dress it up, go a little bit more complicated, or just keep it super simple. And either way, you are getting some beautiful cards out of this stamp set. All right, so I promised a giveaway, so let me go ahead and talk about that super quick, and then I will let you guys go. So when I was going to do my Facebook Live last night, I was going to give away something just as a thank you for all your support. I recently just rejoined with Stampin' Up. I've been a paper crafter forever, was with Stampin' Up for quite some time, had my own team, had to let it go for a while for some health reasons, but now I'm back, and I'm really starting from scratch, and the support that I have been getting has been absolutely amazing. I really can't thank you guys enough. So I wanted to do a little giveaway. This is a retired stamp set called Summer Sorbet. It's a Clearmount red rubber cling stamp. So it's the red rubber stamp, but you attach it to your acrylic blocks. It's called Summer Sorbet, as I said. It's really cute. It's retired, so you can't get this anymore. And I would like to give this away to one of you. So all you have to do is before Sunday, July 1st, by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, leave a message, leave a comment rather, on this video. Just any comment, hello, anything. And if you did, I will use random.org to pick the winner. And if you did win, I will message you or reply to your comment rather on this video. So and let you know that you won, so you can then send me your snail mail address and I can get this mailed out to you. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this super quick, super simple card, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.